Of
Hello,
course.
Misty.
Hi, how are you? I'm laughing at the screen grab. It's always really horrible. I was like stretching my neck and stuff, and they grabbed it. It's perfect. It's perfect.
What's perfect? What?
The picture that Facebook used for look at me.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Oh no.
every time, every time.
You
And
see,
I'm
that
like,
wasn't supposed,
okay,
it wasn't
that's
supposed to
fine.
happen that way. You can trim that, in YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not my life. So
Well, maybe if I trim it and send it to you, but
I just
no, it wasn't meant to happen that way. It was actually meant to. I usually start the intro before I go live, and I didn't do it that way for some reason. I don't know why. I just didn't. So, how are you, Misty?
it's okay. Yeah, I'm just sharing real quick to a few
Yeah,
different
no, that's okay. That's all right. Hello, people. How are we all? Hi, Joshfina. How are we today? Let us know when you're if you're here, or I can see a couple of people in the background already. Just come in and say hello to us. And please don't forget to share the live out to different pages. Hi Mila, how you doing? And just keep the love hearts coming across the screens for us. If
Oh,
you
that's
are not
okay.
already on Misty's page, Misty's going to put it in the comments in a minute when she's
She
ready, and you
can't
can
do
go
it.
in and follow her page
Misty,
as well.
Misty
So
has to
I'm
do
just
it on
going
her
to,
phone because it's not letting me do it on
yes.
yours.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm just going to go and pin, just give us a second. I've got to pin the PayPal link. Hi, Misty, you're watching in the background there. I can see you. Hello, how are you, darling?
I'm watching. Yeah, I
My
gotta put it on my
voice.
you said I gotta put it on with my phone. There's no little bar down here for me to comment, which is weird. StreamYard.
Oh,
Life together.
well, have you got
Put your
it? Can
life
you?
together, StreamYard.
So it's not
There we
letting
are.
you do it.
So I did it on my phone. So
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we
so
go. So
that's
that's so go for it, Misty. Say hello to everybody and tell them what you are going to share with them today for a donated reading. And I will, obviously also, but because we don't work with each other all that often, and when we do, it's a wonderful thing. So thank you for coming on to the live. So let
I'm so
everybody know
excited.
what you're going to be delivering to them today.
How long has it been since we've done it's been several months since we've worked together.
Several,
Like
yeah,
6
like
months
more
at
than
least.
6, yeah, more than 6 months, I think.
Yeah, too long. Too
Yes,
long.
I know. I know.
Well, I'm going to go wherever the wind blows me tonight. I have a lot of different gifts that I can share with people. I have a lot of different
Oh my
areas of
God, you do.
expertise. I am in a very amazing medical medium. That is really the thing that I'm best at. I think it's usually extremely very accurate. I just had some feedback from a reading I did for a woman that contacted me because her 8-year-old daughter had a lump on her chest.
Oh,
She was concerned because her mother and her grandmother both had cancer. Her brother died from brain cancer. Her father had cancer. And so she was really freaked out about it. And so I did a scan on her daughter, and I told her, I said, I know this is something you're really worried about because you had a family history. And
yes,
I was sure to
yes,
say had because, you know, people
yep.
come into families all the time to break generational cycles. And I told her, I said, I know that this is something that you're really concerned about, but it's not what you think it is. I think your daughter's
Mm,
just developing early and she has like
yep,
an abnormal kind of a growth of cells. And I
yep,
think that maybe there's just a little bit of blocks in like her mammary ducts or something,
yep,
and you should
yep.
apply some heat to it. And that was literally just a reading I did yesterday, and she had a doctor's appointment today. I said, I feel like they're going to do an x-ray and they're going to tell you everything's okay. And she messaged me and she said, it's exactly like you said.
Oh,
She's just going
wonderful.
through puberty early. Thank you so much. So that is really my strong suit. And of course, I can connect to people's loved ones who've crossed over, people's angels, their guides. I can receive messages from them, from their guides. I can do chakra scanning and balancing over distance. I am a quantum energy healer, so I heal people at a quantum level from the inside, and then it works its way outward through their different levels of reality. So I do past life readings, future clairvoyant readings. I have all of the spiritual gifts that people can have. So it's really just whatever I'm drawn to do.
Okay, beautiful. Well, that sounds just absolutely lovely. And, I'll just sit back here and just go, wow.
This is teamwork. We're doing this together.
All right, teamwork it is. But, the medical medium is something that I've always been interested in what you do, because occasionally I get messages through, and I think I picked up maybe one or two when I've been on your live, and you've gone that, that's what you've actually seen. So I'm drawn to that, but I don't know where the information is coming from. So it's just something that I'd like to, improve on.
Why does your ego need to know where it's coming from?
Well, it doesn't. But I say it, but and just because I'm a Virgo and I just analyze everything.
I didn't know that about you. That makes a lot of sense. How, like, I was looking at your StreamYard, how you have, and I'm like, oh man, she put so much work into that. I wish I had that kind of concentration.
Yeah, that's a Virgo in me, and I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo crossed with a Leo. I'm on that cusp.
Oh gosh,
worse, like that's even worse. But yeah, that's why I do that, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, where's this coming from? It doesn't matter, Caroline. Where's it coming from? It doesn't matter. I just back the fuck off, But it is.
Take the goddamn message.
And I give the message over, and more often than not, it's right. But I just like to go into it a little bit more. So it's something that I'm really interested in. So people
who are I can plug you into that if that's what you want to do next.
Ah, lovely.
I used to do that for people. I used to when I've probably a couple of years into doing this spiritual work, because I've been doing this professionally for 6.5 years now. Right. Yes. And so, a few years back, I realized that I was a spiritual catalyst, and that I could turn, unlock things for people and kind of infuse them with certain things to help them on their spiritual path. So I haven't done it in a while, but I feel like that's something that we're talking about right now for a reason. And if that's what you're ready for, then
I'd love something like that. So guys, if you've been listening, that is something that Misty could lean into tonight if her guides, or if she feels pulled towards that, to do a medical reading for a medical medical mediumship for you. But please don't forget to make sure that you put your donation in, because it doesn't come without a energy exchange. This is what we do. So please just send them through. And if you don't want to put in a donation, we may just choose from the audience, whoever's there, whoever we're drawn to get a reading done. Just a very small one though, because it's just that's just what we do. Oh, Joshphina's a Virgo Leo cusp as well. Well, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, Joshphina.
I do enjoy the Virgos. I really, really do. I wish I had that I wish I had any of that in my chart. There's so much that I'm like, okay, I can create the plan, but I cannot implement it. I'm not the detail person.
Yes.
So I'm the idea person, but then I need somebody else to implement it.
Hey, listen, woman. I mean, last night when I wrote up the description, I thought, oh my God, seriously, I made so many mistakes with Misty stuff, guys. And she's sending me back all these pictures with arrows about the spelling mistakes. And that's usually me that does that. It was just brilliant. I thought, oh no, not another one.
I was like, she's just dead on her feet. I know it. I know she's just pooped.
I was. It was just such a long day yesterday. So how is everybody in the chat?
Just like cleaning, I start, then I look around like, nope. I'm like, I lose momentum so quickly. I really if I get compelled to clean something, like I have to get up and do it right then because it's going to disappear real quick.
Yes, that's one of those things.
It'll just go away and I'll be like, well, that's what I've got for today.
But do you find yourself starting something like you'll start at one end of the house and then you'll go, oh, look at that. And then you'll go over there and you'll think to yourself, yeah, I could do a bit of that. Hang on a minute. I've got to go to the computer and fix this up. And oh yeah, I've finished that now. Now, what was I doing to start with?
I've labeled that. I have created that's called spiritual ADHD.
Excellent. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Spiritual.
Because, if it were up to us, we would get things done, but I feel like the universe is like, don't forget this and don't forget that. And it's like, oh, you're right. And we're trying to listen and we're listening. And so we're just so distracted by all the messages. It's really hard to get anything done. Hi, Joy.
I love that. Spiritual ADHD. That's wonderful.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we spend half of our time in the 5D anyway. So it's not a big jump to feel like we're in two different worlds, and we're just not grounded enough. I think I just need to be more grounded.
Yeah, go figure. I mean, I'm always telling myself, I need to go outside, Caroline. Get outside. You need to do something for yourself. You need to do that base work. Yes. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah. And I am the same way. Like it's barely warm enough for a short sleeve right now here. So in the United States. So I'll get there. I'll be way better over the summer than I am now.
Yes. Oh, well, actually, that's something that I'm doing at the moment. I am getting out a whole lot more. I think the whole, even though COVID suited me because people were hermits, and I love being a hermit, just love it. But it's not serving me anymore. I need to get out. Otherwise, I would just be sitting in front of my computer 24/7.
Are y'all still doing that there?
No,
oh, okay.
No. But it just felt good because I'm a hermit and everybody else was doing the same thing. I felt, wow, this is just so normal for me. I really like that. But then
I remember everybody freaking out about having to stay home, and I'm like, just another day for me.
Exactly.
Here I am in my natural environment.
Where is Miss Caroline from? I'm from Australia. In Victoria. Yes,
Caroline is over in Australia. My people are coming in. Caroline is over in Australia, and I'm in the United States. So we're doing intercontinental
yes.
readings. It's really something.
Yes. We met through Tom's Sharing the Light page. Was it his page that we met?
Yeah.
All that time ago?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was a couple of years ago now, wasn't
it? Yeah. A good couple of years ago.
Yeah. It's been a couple of years.
I think it was, yeah. And we pop in on each other's lives occasionally, but we just like seriously, live after live after live. And when you do them yourself, it's really hard to tune into other people's lives, isn't it, Misty?
I don't generally watch other people. Do their work. I honestly don't. I will tune into Chandra. I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but she's a beautiful soul that I really enjoy watching her spiritual evolution happen. She does card readings, and she's an amazing intuitive reader as well. She's going to be leveling up here soon. We've already talked about it. But I don't really watch people. I don't actually spend any time on Facebook. Don't tell them.
We have to spend a bit of time on there because that's where your social media is.
Yeah, well, that's where my business, part of my businesses is, but I don't like, I don't know. I just don't really scroll the news feed or anything like that. Really, I mean, I watch the reels because I enjoy the comedy of them. But I'm not really much of a social media, person.
I want a little bit more to do with TikTok. I know there's a lot of people out there don't really do TikTok all that much.
I don't do TikTok. I don't. I've just kind of, You wouldn't believe how many people have told me, you got to go on TikTok. You got to do readings on TikTok. You'll make tons of money. And they're just a part of me that's just like, no. And I don't know why, because I think it's a great idea for networking and all that. But
it is. But see, I find it really difficult to just say follow, and to get the follow backs. That's my problem, because I don't follow people lightly. I take very good care about who I follow. And on TikTok, everybody follows everyone.
Oh.
So that's where my hang up is.
Yeah, I could see where that would be an issue, because connecting to people.
Julie Lopez, we don't have a list yet. We're just, if you want to put in a donation, please feel free to do it. It's pinned at the bottom of the comments. It should be there. But if you want we're just choosing the people who we're drawn to from the chat. If you don't put in a donation, so please pop in your donation. I don't know hello from Brisbane. I would love a reading. Lost a most beautiful man on Friday. Hope he's okay. Kelly, just please, if you want a reading from both of us, please pop in your donation. It will be worth it. And if this young man happens to come through, especially to oh my God, Misty. Oh my God, my brain is just going dead at the moment.
Are you saying that? Do you see something I don't see?
Yes, yeah, and so pop it through. The link is at the bottom of the chat, or in the description. I've put it in there as well. So yeah, just pop it through, and you won't be disappointed. And I don't know who Reese Palmer is. Me now, I don't know what that means. Is that somebody that you know, Misty?
No.
Okay, so me
it looks
now,
like a demand, and I don't do well with demands.
Yeah, me now could probably mean, hi guys, how are you? Lovely to see you live. May I please have? That would be really nice.
I think that's shorthand for that, maybe. I mean, I'm hoping.
Yeah. Okay, so please reading. Again, pop in your donation if you would like a reading. I've got my PayPal up at the moment, so as soon as something comes through, we will. Until then, we will just either chat, or if we're drawn to somebody, looks like Missy's already getting something from somebody from somewhere. So she's just writing up a few things, and we're just talking at the moment. Hi Penny, how are you? Nicole says, I enjoy garnering life wisdom and a tidbit here and there. I'm truly very grateful for your time spent to be the service of humanity. Absolutely, Nicole, that's what we're here for. How much is it? It's in the pinned comments. It's $20 for both of us. If you want to put in a little bit more, that's fine, but the minimum is $20 for an in-depth reading.
The lady that lost somebody.
The lady that lost somebody. Where
Kelly
are you?
Walsh.
Let me see. What was her name?
Kelly Walsh.
Kelly Walsh. There we go.
Okay.
Kelly, are you still here?
Hi, Joe. Hi, Debbie. Reverse psychology. Don't you dare read me, Misty. How have you been, Deb? Hi, Pam. Hi, Julie.
I must be pretty special. Thank you. There she is.
I don't work with just anyone. So I think Caroline's top notch.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Hi,
and there's Kelly.
Okay, Kelly. I did get a message from an older male, and I don't know who this is to you, but he told me he had a lot of back pain. It could be his lungs that I was feeling, but I was feeling pain in my back. He's making me feel like when he passed, he had a very simple service. And so this was something that was not a big deal. This could either be like some kind of, you need to block somebody, Caroline.
I just saw that.
It was either some type of a cremation or just a very simple gathering for him, is what he's telling me. He wants you to know that he was releasing his body. So he wants to also tell you that he's grateful for the chance to say goodbye. He wants you to know that the young man that you're concerned about has arrived safely, and he wants you to know that he's in good hands. And I hope that helps you. Yeah, people are dicks sometimes.
Yeah, they are. And you know what? They've taken that facility off. I mean, because we used to be able to stop certain countries from coming through on our lives. But since I've been doing the events in the last couple of months, I've noticed that little that one isn't there anymore for us to use, which annoys me. But you know, as far as people like that are concerned, they're always out there.
Is it
I don't
still on the
get
Facebook page though? Because it used to be on the Facebook page too, that you could edit your audience on Facebook.
Oh, yes, it is in there on the professional page, yes, but not when you do up the event. It actually allows you, it used to allow you to block certain countries. And, you know, as for the people, well, yeah, I just do that on here, but there's not very many. Julie, I only have PayPal here in Australia, but I think if you're in, which depends on which country you're in, Misty may have another form of payment that you can pop through to her.
Yeah, except Cash App and Venmo and Zelle.
Yeah, so just let us know. But usually, and seriously, it only takes a couple of minutes to open a PayPal account. It is that easy, and it's worldwide.
And it's you know, if it's all going in one place, it's much easier for us to disperse it.
It is.
Cash App. Alrighty.
Do they hear you when you talk to spirit? Do they hear you when you talk to spirit? What do you mean, Jill?
They'll hear you. Does spirit hear you when you talk to them? Or
who is they when you talk to spirit? I'm not quite sure what that means. So just write that up again. Which one is that, Misty? Is that the?
It's Cash App. It's got the little money sign. Cash App.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
See, we don't have Cash App here in Australia, so. Yes.
You know, if I had to choose one, I would choose like Zelle is the best one because they don't charge a processing fee. You know, whatever somebody sends you, you get it right into your bank account, and there's no third party.
Okay.
You know?
And that's another one that we don't have here. We don't have very many here. That it's weird.
Does spirit hear you when you talk to them? Yes. I mean, they hear everyone.
Yes, there is a communication. Sometimes when you say here, it depends because sometimes there are no words, Jill, for how the communication happens between this and what some people call beyond the veil on the other side, the spiritual world, the energies that we, you know, communicate with. It's not as easy as just saying, do they hear you? But for the sake of what you've asked for, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's you know, you are creating sound with your energy, so it's a frequency, energy, vibration that you're pushing out. And so anytime that you speak something into existence or think something with the power of your mental energy, you're creating quantum entanglement. So anything in the universe can hear you, can feel your thoughts, can resonate with whatever you're thinking or speaking.
I would like to know if the detectives are close to fun. If you're new, Selena, please keep your we're going to be answering people's questions shortly if we don't get any donations, but they will be very, very short answers. So Kelly says, I'm devastated of his passing. Thank you ever so much. Much gratitude. Selena, don't forget to like both the pages before you ask any questions.
Okay. Please share out onto your Facebook pages so your friends can find us.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Sheldon Stifle. Hi, ladies. How are you, Sheldon? Selena Judd. Okay, thank you. How are you? All right, so it may take a little while for people to come through with any donations. So,
hey, Julie. Julie said she sent a Cash App. I'm going to check in just a second. Stop it, kitty. Stop it. I forgot to share on my page. I shared in a bunch of groups. So.
Thank you, Jill. That's lovely to say. Thank you. I do, while Misty's doing that, I do have a collective card that I drew before the live that I'd like to share with all of you. Digesting the last soul flare shared. Thank you for both of you. So I'd just like to share this, and I'm going to read it from the book itself, from the guidebook, because I think it's important that people understand what the message is about. Just give me half a second. I burnt myself on my Palo Santo before, and it looks like I've been out in the garden. All right. Now, this particular card, a Raven Spirit Truth card. All right. Now, this particular card, if you're looking at the raven here, you see it peering from a branch, or what looks like a branch, but it's not really a branch. It's because it's her hand. It feels like he's gazing straight up into your soul. He swoops down and lands on your hand. Amazingly, he begins talking, telling you the deeper truths of life. He reminds you to focus on what is important and admonishes you to make a choice in life that honor you in truth. Stark honesty is called for in this time of your life. In ancient Greece, it was believed that ravens carried messages from the gods. And because of their acute vision, and they were thought to be bringers of truth. The soul loves the truth. What is your truth regarding your life? Be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. Step away from those who are cagey and duplicitous. Misty, I was looking at you when I said that.
Well, she's not referring to me, y'all. Don't.
No, not from Misty. No, absolutely not.
No, stepping away from people who are cagey and duplicitous.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
The hardest thing about living your truth is knowing exactly what it is. However, there is a place within you that always knows what is real and what isn't. Release situations and people with whom you find yourself less than honest. I can't believe how much this is resonating with what we were talking about before. Maybe we can allude to that in a minute.
Sure.
Then it says, release, sorry, I don't know if I read this before, release situations and people to whom you find yourself less than honest for fear of being judged or not being accepted. It can take time to discover what is true for you. But once you know, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Miracles, maybe this is for you. Miracles follow when you take time to be genuine. The raven is also considered to be the totem and protector of the Queen of Fairies. So the spirit of the raven says, the soul loves the truth. Find your truth, speak your truth, live your truth, be fearless in your journey, follow your inner guidance. Oh my God, Misty. Let go of what is not authentic and sincere in your life. Be a shining example of truth for others.
Well, I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've always said on my lives that, it is so important for people to set personal boundaries for themselves and to keep their personal boundaries in place, because sometimes the universe sends us situations that test us. Hand it over to Misty.
I recently had, I'm single, or dating rather, and I met somebody, and it was amazing. He was amazing. He was everything that I wanted without me telling him what I was looking for, because I don't do that anymore. And everything was wonderful for like 5 weeks. You know, I waited a whole month of like seeing him very regularly, almost every day, talking every single day. I waited a month before I even introduced him to my daughter, and it was great. Everything was wonderful. And then there was just one. So I woke up one morning and my auntie was with me, and I was thinking about my relationship, and I was like, why is this person in my life? And she's like, you'll see. And I'm like, okay. So I was put on alert. And that day he said something to me that really like triggered me into thinking, wait a minute, this is not what it seems like. And so I was getting these tiny itty bitty little tiny, because I was looking for red flags. Like after my toxic relationship that I was in, I was looking with a microscope for red flags, and I didn't find any for 5 weeks. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, there was a little tiny red flag. And I was like, is this my experience in my last relationship, or is this an actual red flag? Right. And so I'm like processing all this, and then worked through that. But then I was kind of aware, you know what I mean? I was kind of looking at that point. And so I started looking, and I started noticing things about him that reminded me of exes, not just one, but other exes. And I was like, ooh, you know, little tiny red flags, nothing that I couldn't, deal with. But I had set a very healthy boundary. I felt for the first time in my life, I put myself first, and I told him exactly what I needed as far as communication, because I now have what's called a disorganized attachment, which I got from my ex, who was a very messed up human being. So now I have that. And I told him, I said, I need you to communicate with me if you need space. If you're not going to communicate with me for a day, just tell me, I'm not in a good place. I want to take some space or whatever. I was like, I need you to do that because it's going to cause an emotional trigger for me. And he didn't do that. So that was a very healthy boundary that I set for my healing journey. And he didn't do that. So I said, this isn't working for me. Goodbye. Even though he was wonderful. He was great with my daughter. He fit like a glove. Everything was great about it. That to me was more important. That respect for me, the respect I had for myself, was more important than all of that. Obviously my auntie was trying to say, hey, you're going to learn a really big lesson right now. And I feel like I passed the test. I feel like the universe was testing me. Like, do you really love yourself enough to walk away for something that looks like it's perfect for you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I feel like I do. I feel like I'm doing great work on myself.
You are, but what's going to come into you next will be completely different, because I think you showed the universe what you were looking for, and the boundary was crossed. And like I said before, this is something that I try valiantly to tell people, that when you come across relationships and it's not quite what you want, find the red flags, work with the red flags, and if they continue to happen, it's the universe testing you to see, whether or not you are wanting this in your life. And if you're not, then something better is going to come your way if you give that up. So
absolutely. And something that I realized after the fact, Caroline, is that because I am really good at pattern recognition. Like that's one of my strong suits. And I realized, when I went back and looked, that it was exactly like 1 year to the day from the day that I broke off with Travis for the last time, to the day that I broke off with Guy. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very interesting. And I also was made aware that now I have an attachment issue that I have to, kind of heal myself from. I wasn't aware of that. This is the first person that I've dated since I broke up with Travis. So now I know, okay, well, thanks for helping me recognize that. I wasn't aware of that before because it didn't apply, because I don't have that issue with any other type of relationship. It's just romantic relationships. Thank you very much, Travis.
Yes. And they're the people that will cross the boundaries first.
Sure, absolutely. I did get the donation from Julie Lopez.
Lopez. Okay, Julie Lopez it is. Julie, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
I also want to state that that happened on Wednesday, and on Sunday morning I went with my friend and my daughter, and I told told my friend, I'm like, I haven't heard from him since I sent him that message. I haven't heard a single peep out of him since I said I'm going to step away from this relationship because it's causing me anxiety. I'm like, but I would like to get some closure. And 30 minutes later, I was sitting at a red light and I saw him drive by on his motorcycle with another woman. So
beautiful.
Thank you for the closure, universe. I appreciate you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that, and that's all you got to do. You got to ask for things, like, hey, it would be super awesome to know this or know that. And then the universe will point you in that direction. But Julie, and then I'm proud of me too, Penny. Shoot.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so beware, guys, beware of the red flags, beware of those messages that you're getting, beware of your own boundaries, because sometimes the universe is giving them to you to test you in your resolve moving forward. And once you've passed that, once you've gone through that lesson, I can't wait for your next relationship, Misty.
Me either.
Anyway,
my feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt because he never responded, but that was my ego. I didn't need him to respond. I didn't really need I didn't really need somebody to try and convince me not to do what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So in a way, I'm really glad that he didn't respond. And I was upset about it for a minute,
Oh yeah.
Upset about it, but then I was like, wow,
You're
he really
human.
showed me who he was.
You're human.
And he really just showed me his character.
Yep. That's it. That's
He
it.
showed me his character. So I did
And
everything right, but he wasn't the right one.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of myself for that. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I was, for those who don't know, I was in an extremely toxic relationship with somebody for 4 years that had BPD. He was an alcoholic. He has complex PTSD, covert narcissism, you name it, all of the things. And he had all of the things, addiction problems. He was a pathological liar. He just had a lot of issues. And so that really messed me up. I'm going to say. So it's interesting to see, I've been single for a year. I've never been single for a year of my life. So I'm really proud of, this move.
Yeah.
Really has done wonders.
Yeah, absolutely.
I moved across the country. I moved across the country. I took my daughter and I'm like, we're out of here. And we left everything and we just started over. And it's really been amazing for both of us.
Yeah.
It really has. My daughter has just been blossoming here. Like, honestly, I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah. Well, it was meant to happen.
Yeah. Did she ever say what she wanted?
No, she said, no, general love. I think she means, no, just general love, as in that's a pet name that she's calling us. But, while you've been talking, I've just been, there's a card that came through for you, Julie. Now, I don't know whether or not I'm picking up that you have some truly beautiful gifts and that perhaps you're not paying too much attention to it, or you could do more with the gifts than what you've than what you're doing with them at the moment, because I've picked up this card called Transcending, and that card, it talks about spiritual journeys and gifts that you've got and profound insight and things that they're offering you from the spiritual world that you may not have been noticing. And it's card number 28, which is 2 and 8 is 1. It's 1, which represents to me new beginnings. It talks about insight into your life that's going to be revealed to you. You are transcending. Julie, just let us know in the comment if any of this is resonating with you. They're asking you to see things from a higher perspective. So step away, and they're also saying step away from drama. Okay, if there's any drama in your life, they're asking you to step away from it, because they're telling me that if you don't step away from this, they're saying that there could be some type of emotional manipulation happening here. So just really, what's that? Is that what
I'm
you're
just,
picking up?
I'm like, it's exactly the messages I'm receiving. I'm over here and I'm here, like I'm connecting to her and I'm hearing like in her mind, can you give me some space? Like I just feel very claustrophobic. I feel a
Yes.
lot of energy pressing on me when I'm connecting to her, and I feel like she can feel people's energy. And then I go over and I get dreams and I feel energy off people. Exactly. And so the messages that I was receiving, the general messages I'm receiving for you, is that you're becoming more in tune with people empathetically. You're feeling energy stronger than you used to. You could be experiencing claustrophobia or feeling like, things are pressing in on you. You could be wanting to isolate more because being out and around people causes a lot of physical manifestations for you. It causes mood swings for you, is what I'm hearing. It causes extreme tiredness for you. These are all things that empaths experience when they're in crowded spaces or around people of lower vibrational density. So what I was hearing for you is about setting healthy boundaries with people, just like Carolyn was saying. Just don't spend time around people who are negative. Try to recharge your batteries. If you do go into places where there's lots of people or where there's kind of like a negative feeling, listen to your intuition, listen to your body, okay? Because your body's going to tell you when you've been around people. You'll feel things physically. Usually it will be on the shoulders or the back. You can feel really drained. You can start having a lot of aches and pains in your body. But when you've been around people who are of a lower magnetic energy, you tend to pick up things as an empath from them, because everything is an energy exchange. And so anytime you're around people and you have beautiful energy, they're going to want it because they don't feel so great. And they know they don't. People will be drawn to you. They're magnetically drawn to you. And so you'll get things off of them. You have to learn how to clear your energy out, how to protect your energy, how to have good boundaries with people, how to strengthen your aura, just grounding and clearing and protect. I feel drained, tired. Yeah.
So very important for people who are empaths, seriously. And because you read energy, Julie, it's really important for you, because reading energy on people means that you will pick up their energy unless you have that protection going.
She said, yes, I collect their moods and I roll with their anger after I make them feel better. Yeah. And that's something, some people incorrectly feel that empaths are the ones that are energy vampires. I don't feel like it's singular to anyone. I feel like we all do it. I don't feel like, for the most part, that it's a conscious thing. I think that it's just an exchange in an effort to kind of rebalance people, really. And so people who have energy to spare will be zapped for energy because people with lower energy will be drawn to them. And people with low energy will be drawn to higher, energy people. And so it's just one of those things, balancing skills, balancing energy. It's kind of like a thing that happens in waves throughout the whole collective. It's not, can't be high energy all the time. So I just feel like you need to be more aware of that and be more aware of who you're giving that negative energy to after you've gotten it from them, because that's just projection. So if you collect people's moods and then you're projecting their mood onto somebody else, I mean, you should probably just try to transmute that instead of passing it on to the hot potato. Start passing it on to the next girl.
Okay, am I picking up any? They're showing me drama around you, Julie. They're showing me the need to step back and the need to reevaluate why the drama is being presented to you. They're asking you to step back and figure out what it is that you may or may not have to do with this drama, and whether or not they're just using you as support, or whether you are, somebody's dragging you into this drama. And this is when I get my heckles up on my back. I don't like it when people get dragged into dramas. So again, this is about what we were talking about before. It's got a lot to do with personal boundaries too. So just make sure that those personal boundaries that you've got, that you tell people, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be dragged into this drama. I need to sit back and watch this unfold to see what happens. I can't control these issues. So, just if you need my help with anything, please come to me. And if I can do something for you, I will. But if I can't, I'm just going to just sit back and wait. So, yeah.
Rick had a question that I wanted to address. Hawkeye Rick.
Do we just want to finish up on Julie before?
I was all done.
We'll go to you're done. Sorry.
I thought we were done. You told me that you go through people quick, and so I thought we were done.
No. She's paid for a reading, so we
now I'm embarrassed. Oh, embarrassing.
Yeah, so just make sure that you figure it, and you've said count me out of the drama, so go you, because that's not where you're supposed to be at. And as Misty said before, it's a lower vibration that's pulling you into these dramas, and the idea is to use you must have a lot of positive energy around you, Julie, for them to pick to be drawn into that drama, or you're an empath who is supporting somebody who needs to be supported. Right. So please just take care with those personal boundaries, Julie. They're just showing me, with that card that I was showing you before about this transcending. You just take care of yourself and put yourself into a place where you can do some meditation, and they want you to make way. They want you to make room for the vibration, the downloads that they're giving you. And I believe what they're saying to me at the moment is if you get drawn into this drama, you will not have that peace of mind or that state of being to be able to receive those downloads. So just be careful. Like we were talking about before, it may be one of those tests where they want to see how you handle it, but definitely downloads coming through for you because you are transcending.
One last little thing, I did get a physical connection for her in her lower right side. I'm not sure if she's had stronger menstrual pains on that side or not, but I am feeling like that's related to her ovary, this feeling of pain that I'm receiving. It's not like an appendix or anything like that. It feels like an ovary to me. So I just wanted to mention that.
Does that resonate with you, Julie? Are you having any pain on your left side?
The healing bus driver. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, that's Jazz. Yeah, she always introduces herself because I have a tendency to forget. And as soon as she says that, it triggers things. Yes, she does. So yeah.
That's your ovary. I feel like you might have like a PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. And you can look, there's natural ways to help heal that. There's supplements, vitamins, and minerals that you can take to help reduce that are going to help balance your hormones. And that's what that's from. I have the IUD. Yeah. This feels like your ovary. Okay. I know the IUD, that's in your uterus, right? They put that in the uterus. Yeah, yes. This feels like the ovary to me. I'm also seeing that you have a little bit of fluid infection on the left tube. I think you should follow up with your gynecologist. They can do an ultrasound and look at that. So if you continue to have pain, like severe pain, especially with your cycle or with your ovulation, okay, I would definitely go see your gynecologist about that, because it feels like there's a little bit of fluid collecting in your left tube. So anyway,
she says thank you. Is that all that we can help you with, Julie? You got nothing else that you want to ask about? When you mentioned before about love, did you mean just calling us love, or did you mean that you wanted it in love? If you're not with a partner at the moment, I don't see one coming in shortly. In fact, I don't see one coming in for a while because they want you to concentrate on who you are, Julie, just for a little while, just so that you can get to know who you are, because you're such a huge giver. That's what they're telling me. So, if you are in a relationship, just make sure that it is equal. Calling your love, I'm currently in a relationship. Okay. All right. So just make sure that the relationship is equal for yourself, that you get some type of reciprocity. Okay. All right, Julie. Is it Julie or Julie's?
Jules.
Or
I don't
yes.
know. I don't know.
Oh, it could be that, yes. Now we have Chiquita, who is known as C. Rose Stevenson, who has put through a donation. And then we have Shazbo Taz, who, thank you for reminding me, Sharon, that you put through the donation and never received it. So, Misty, with that one, what we can do is do a reading for her. And because I've already got it in my account somewhere, you keep whatever you got in that Cash App for that reading. Okay? All right. So we've got Chiquita. Now let me see if we can find Chiquita. Where are you? Chiquita, where are you? If anybody else would like a reading, please pop your donation through.
You're welcome, Julie's.
Positive I changed that. Make sure it's $20 US too, please. How did that happen? Okay, here she goes. All right. Chiquita. Okay.
Chiquita, do you have a woman who passed who was fond of polka dots? Liked polka dots, liked to wear polka dots or different patterns of clothes. Like some people like solids, some people like stripes, some people like florals. And this person is mentioning polka dots to me. They're also mentioning pain in their knee or problems with their knee that they had when they were alive. And I also feel like I want to talk about my shoulder pain as well. So this could be arthritis, bursitis. They could have actually had like knee surgery or needed knee surgery. But I am literally rubbing my knee and I can't stop. There's nothing wrong with my knee. So okay, and they're also mentioning the song. It's an old song, "Teeny Weeny Polka Dot Bikini."
Yeah, that one. Yes. I know that song.
Yeah, they're mentioning that song to me as well.
Okay, Kathy. Okay, Kathy Bellotti.
And I'm feeling pain in my lungs. So this person could have had an issue with their lungs when they were alive. They could have passed from something lung related. Could even be COVID, emphysema, lung cancer, pneumonia. They could have been a smoker, but I'm not feeling that particularly. But I do feel like there is something lung related, that they had a health concern. She's here a lot lately. Okay. And who is this to you? Who is this person to you?
I'm getting the name Auntie.
Because she's one level up from her.
Please tell me it's an Auntie, Chiquita, because that's what I'm being told. Auntie.
And she's giving me the number 6. I'm not sure if she means like it's 6 years that's relevant, or if she's talking about the 6th or the month of June. But she's giving me a 6 for something significant. And in-law. Okay, and she's saying, shh, don't tell her I told you. So I don't know if this woman is somebody that you had confidence in, if you shared confidence with her, if y'all were close in that way that you spoke to each other about secrets and things of that nature, because I'm hearing, shh, don't tell her I told you. So it feels like there might have been something that you and her, either you and her talked about somebody else, or this is something that someone told you not to tell her, or vice versa. But there's something about a secret here, not telling somebody. And she's saying that you've been messing around a lot lately, and I don't know what that is concerning. What is she messing around with? All types of things. To me, that just, it feels to me like you're, I don't know, it almost feels like you're trying new things. That's not quite right. All right. What is it then? You're not putting enough care into things. Okay. And she says you're just messing around. And this is why she's been around a lot lately, because you're losing your focus, your drive. We would love to see her get that back, she said. We would love that. That's a very strong message for you. What is distracting you? What has been taking your focus? Come on, hurry up. You know what the answer is, she said.
That's what she's saying.
She said, it's a ruse. Don't you get it? A ruse. Hermitage. Okay. Losing your focus. Why? Where would we like her to focus? On the horizon. She's literally pointing me to the sun coming up on the horizon. This is what she's showing me. Focus on the horizon. I feel like that's a metaphor. Oh, I'm Sherlock now. That's good. You're smart. She's kind of sarcastic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a great, not a big fan, but she could be nicer.
But Chiquita's got quite the funny streak. She's always being funny, so it could be a tad humorous to her, the way you're receiving the message.
Okay, it just feels to me like she's
a mess.
she's a bit sarcastic, a little passive aggressive, I would say. She said, she goes like that to me. Okay. Focus on the horizon. Okay. So are you putting yourself in a bubble? Because I feel like you're drawing yourself inward, and it almost feels like a defense mechanism. You know how when like people just kind of, when they become very guarded, that's what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling like you become very guarded. And we would love for you to get focused again, because I feel like when you are focused, you have this big, beautiful energy. And right now it's all very small, and it doesn't feel, what does that say?
Suffering in silence.
Suffering in silence. Yeah. And right now it just feels very small. She had you cooking over the weekend. Yummy. I love food. It just feels very small and compact. Like it's not, you're not shining your light, is what she said. That's a reprimand if I ever heard one. That makes me feel like I'm in trouble. I feel like I've just got called into the principal's office with that one. That's what it feels like. Like you're not shining your light. Goodness. we would be grateful if you could concentrate on the horizon. Why? Do you do that? Are you one of those people who like to enjoy sunsets and sunrises? Because they keep showing me this image over and over again. It feels important. Are you in an emotional depression? Conflict and despair? Is that what that says?
Defeat, conflict and defeat.
No, not now. Okay. Because what the message they were getting from me, as far as like looking at the sunrise and looking at the sunset, it's the feeling of connection, the feeling of gratitude is what I was feeling. Okay. So I want you to find your peace and balance, and then go back out into the world and shine your light. That's pretty much the overwhelming message that I'm receiving from her. and it feels like you've been, she says, you've been doing this long enough, is what she said. So I'm not sure if you've been in recharge mode, because that's kind of what it feels like to me. That's what we do. We've extended all energy inwards and kind of concentrated, I guess, and recharge our batteries. So it's time for you to live again. It's time for you to experience again. And that's what I have for her.
Chiquita, I'm shining my light all over the people I work with. You must obviously feel that there's a reason for that.
There's a very strong message for you to get back out there. Get back out there. So I don't know if it's that the people that you were around are, because I did get the message of gratitude, and I'm not sure if maybe they're just not reciprocating in kind, because energy should be reciprocated in some way, shape, or form. But well, you need to go where the light is required. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Recharge your batteries and get back out there. But it feels to me like this is bigger. It's bigger than your work. It's bigger than your family. That's what it feels like to me, that it's something outside of that. Like community. With the capital C, she said. Oh, just like your name.
Chiquita. Yes, it's coming.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, handing that off to you now, Caroline.
Chiquita, the age-old question, are you doing your homework? That was just from my guides for you, because there is a little bit that you could do, and they're saying that you are offloading that at the moment for I don't know for what reason, but this could be because I've drawn this card for you and it feels like you need to say something to somebody as well, because my throat chakra is closing up. I get, pardon me, this card here, Suffering in Silence, number 9. All right. And it talks about the need to let go of those limiting negative beliefs. you're basically sitting in a place at the moment where sometimes the negative thoughts can be overwhelming. And I know that you said, Chiquita, that you're going out and you're shining your light on people, but they want you to shine this light on yourself, right? Negative beliefs about how you're allowing issues into your life to become bigger than they actually are. Okay, so they're asking you to focus on your dreams. What is it that you want for Chiquita? Misty was saying something about getting back out into the community. So, maybe whatever this is, this dream that you've got is getting back out in the community, and that will help trigger something for yourself. It feels like, and before I showed a card about, where was it? Where did it go? Guys, you've hidden it from me. Okay, but it talks about, conflict and defeat. And it feels like you're putting yourself in what, to me, they're just showing me like a jail cell. And I've had this card for other people before. And it just means that is that place of limiting belief. That is that place where you don't want to be. They're asking you to open up. Dig a little more. They're asking you to open up more to your dreams. They're asking you to let go of the worry that you have, to find more positivity, which you've been doing and giving to people, but they want you to remind yourself to give it back to you. And then we get to this balance card, which is something that Misty was talking about before. And I showed it, that there is a need for more balance in your life. And that's a hard one because balance for everybody is different, right? The balance for everyone. Some people may find that balance is, okay, well, I'm going to work and now I'm going to spend a couple of hours by myself. Even though you went to work for 8 hours, you spend a couple of hours by yourself. To you, that may be balance. But they're asking you to be more in tune with your inner life, and as well as understand that the physical world is also there to help you, and it can help you with your inner life just as much as you can for yourself. Again, this is about getting back out there in the community, lifestyle adjustments. It could be, as simple as going out with people from work, but so long as they feel like your tribe, not just because you're going out with them because it's an invitation, but somebody that you can talk to about all this shit that we go through as well. All right. Your balance is like a teeter-totter. Yeah. It is. It's a really hard one. It's a really hard one to go through.
It's like learning to spin a basketball on your fingertip.
Yeah, it
Something
is.
that takes a lot of practice.
It does.
No matter how good you are, eventually your balance will become off.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. So, it's a continual work. It's a continual cycle to work with the balance of things. But they don't want you to go into this area of conflict and defeat. And I know you're a positive person, Chiquita. I know you are, and I know you like to spin off. To me, it feels like, some of the time when you want to be serious, you come across as very funny. And I think I've mentioned this to you before. What they're asking for you to do is to go past that humor that you've got and make sure that it is actually humor and that you're not covering another emotion that you're struggling to deal with. And this is what the card is that I'm talking about, the conflict and defeat with that. It's just about learning and changing how to handle yourself when it's important for your overall well-being. All right, it's just don't be sensitive to the defeat. All right, if you're having conflict and defeat in your life, they're wanting you to use that to your advantage instead of making it or instead of it holding you back. And then, finally I get this, and I don't even need to explain this to you because, Chiquita, you've mentioned it a couple of times and you've said it again. It's coming. And then you get this card here, number 21, which represents 3, which represents the Trinity. It's the universe. So you've got this coming, all right? You're working on it all the time. You're doing really well, and you are where you are because that's where you're meant to be. And I'll say it again, it is what it is, and it was what it was. It's brought you to where you are now, and this is where you're going. You will have it all. Just, we have to be the magicians. We have to put the time and the space in. Just make that connection. Sit in gratitude, all the things that Misty mentioned before. Get out there and do whatever you can. 3, 1, and 5 were me today. 3, 1, and 5. Well, 3, 1, and 5. I don't have a 1, except for I didn't show you this. That was what came through as well for you. Love begins. And I think that has got to do with your self-love as well as love that may be being brought to you. And in order for this new love to come in, they're asking you to give more of that love to yourself and shine your beauty to you as well as the people that you're giving it to, because you will be successful. And there's the other one. Okay? So hopefully all of that has resonated for you. And I love that Misty is coming through with, people from the other side that want to give you those messages. So does that person that came through for Misty, is it somebody that you resonate with? Is it somebody that that is kind of blunt and tells it like it is? Kind of similar to you, Chiquita.
Just a reminder.
Yes, just a reminder. Okay, all right, just a reminder. Give me something for her future then.
The teacup lady, I think she said.
And as you said, the teacup lady, I automatically, before you even said that, got bread and butter. Bread and butter, bread and butter. And then, you said that teacup lady. I don't know what the teacup lady means, but bread and butter, I see you sitting down at a table. I see you mentioned before, Chiquita, something about cooking classes. Was it got anything to do with scones? Because I'm getting high tea. I'm getting afternoon teas. I'm getting you going out and being invited out somewhere with people, a group of people that you're really going to enjoy being around. And I'm actually seeing you looking into your wardrobe and saying, what the fuck am I going to wear today? What am I going to wear? It feels like fun. It feels like something that you're going to enjoy doing and you haven't done for a while. So that could have to do with you getting out into the community and spreading your love, being that person. So, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Any questions, Chiquita? Teacup lady. Who's the teacup lady? It's a teacup lady, I think. Yes, that's the current situation, what I'm going to wear. So you've got the door to your cupboard open and you're saying, oh, what the fuck am I going to wear? That's what they said. That's what I get this picture of. And
I feel that.
Yes.
I feel that 100%. That is me every day. I change my mind like 6 times. I'm like, no, I don't feel like wearing this. I'll put something on and be like, no.
Exactly. Don't like it. Don't want it. And yeah. All right. Okay, Chiquita, that was for you. Love and light to you. And thank you for your donation. I don't know how you did that. How did you transfer money to me as Australian money when I've got it set to US dollars? How did you do that, Chiquita? Tell me how you did that. The lady Jamie sees with me. Ah, okay. The brother-in-law's mother. Ah, so that's who was coming through to Misty.
Ta-da.
There you go.
She's a lingerer. She lingers around.
She wants to be noticed.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so now you also, apparently Kathy Bellotti Gooday sent through something to you from Cash App or to Cash App.
She did?
She did. She says she
Oh,
did. So
okay.
can you check and see if that's
I
come
will.
through? But we've got
Excuse me, I
Shaz.
didn't see that comment.
Just had to scroll up to the Australia. Ah, okay. So it's set to US, but that's okay, Chiquita. All right. So Shaz Botaz, are you here?
I don't have anything on Cash App.
Kathy, did you send something through to Cash App for?
She might have. No, she sent it on Venmo.
Oh, Venmo. Okay, Venmo.
I didn't put that link there. It's just people know my information.
Oh, okay. Because Kathy's on mine as well. So there you go. There you are. There is a link that would help us out a little bit if you could send it to the link that's in the chat so that we can, share it between the two of us. But that's okay that you've put it through to there because you've always done it that way. So that's all cool. Help me make sure I send it to the right. It helps me make sure. Okay. All right. Okay. That's okay, Chiquita. All right. Sharon, the beautiful bus driver. All right, we're going to. Do you have any questions? I need to call you Sharon. I can't call you Shaz. I don't know why. Do you have any questions, Sharon? Somebody's pushing my shoulders down, Sharon. It feels like you've got something going on that you're struggling to move around, that you're struggling to cope with, that you're struggling to deal with. They're pushing down on my shoulders, and that generally tells me that there's a struggle happening for you. You are taking on a lot of people's energies, Sharon. And I think we talked about this last time, maybe the time before, a long time ago, that you need to protect your energy because you are one of these people who will just keep giving and giving. And you need to protect that energy because these people have, they keep sending me, there's drama happening with Sharon. There's drama. Get rid of the drama. There's no need to step into this drama. It must be the theme for today, just staying away from people's drama. They're basically asking you to drive that bus away. So, when I see you on the bus, I know that you drive buses. They're asking you to step away, just drive the bus away. Her marriage, drama with your daughter, her marriage. Okay, all right. So, when I get messages from my guides and source, it is really like it's a collective of messages and it's shrunk into this little ball. And when I try to say them, it's really hard for me to express what this picture is all about. But they're showing me, as you said, that about your daughter and her marriage. What they're saying is you can be there for your daughter without being dragged into the drama. And you have the capacity to do that, Sharon. You know what it's like to just be there for your daughter without that drama. Hi, Joanna. I've been setting good. If you've been setting boundaries, this is really good. And part of those setting the boundaries is not to be drawn into it, but you can still be there for her. She reminds me of my own past, very painful for both of us. So, Sharon, the fact that if it's reminding of you of your past and that it's very painful for both of you tells me that you're actually you're recognizing that there may be a lesson that is being repeated here. Sorry, not a lesson. There is an issue that's being repeated here that can be moved through and stopped. All right. The fact that you are noticing it is so much better, and they're asking you to deal with that. The pain, they're telling me that you share this pain with your daughter, therefore you can move through it with someone, which is just wonderful that you have a connection with your daughter through this, but they want you to work through it. Okay, now this is a random, Sharon. I just want to know, is she pregnant? Is there a possibility that she could be pregnant? Because I'm picking up that okay, that she may be pregnant or very close to being pregnant. This is something that she is wanting, and there is a little soul. There is a beautiful young soul waiting to come through for her. She's just looking at me saying, I'm ready, I'm coming through, So I don't know whether Misty is picking anything like that up, but I'm just, she's ready to have this, and this soul is waiting to come through. She wants a dog. Well,
Baby steps. That's okay.
absolutely
Okay.
it is.
People
Yep.
should get an animal first, because
Yes.
that's a responsibility, right? It
Yes,
is.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. But this soul is, and look, even if it is a dog or a pet or a fur baby, a fur ball, a cat, whatever it is, and you feel that sense of connection with them, um, then so be it. That could be what they're talking about. But there's just this little soul coming through saying, "I'm ready. I'm ready to do this." And it feels like there's some. I don't know how old your daughter is. You say she's got 2 daughters, but no, this is something different. This is something else.
Well, that's just further down the line. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So other things have to happen first.
Yes. You've got with your family, they're saying, Sharon, you would not be surprised if she is pregnant. Whoa, there you go. See, yeah, okay. Well, you guys gonna have to let me know, because I'm going to forget what I've told you here today. All right. So the other thing that they're wanting to tell you is that I'm getting this tower moment. I'm getting this drama, and it's all kind of folding into one thing. But what they're saying is the most important thing that you need to realize is that the foundations that you've got, that you've set for your family, are there, and anything that happens above that can be sorted through. They either will fall away, or you will deal with it, but rest assured that the foundations are there for you, and that so some sort of new achievements are going to happen. You're going to be able to work through issues, and it's going to be like, it's a triumph to you. It will be definitely a triumph coming to you. She has forgotten her worth. Yeah. Well, that's what you're there for, Sharon. You can help her through this. Okay.
I wrote that down.
There you go.
I wrote that
There
down.
you go. So it's it's all resonating here at the moment. So that you're her mother for a reason. You came into this life. She came to you as a daughter because you're there for her. All right, you can guide her through all of this. And you said you're just building her up. Okay, build her up. But and building her up is great. She just needs to trust, and she does, because it feels like you're her rock to her. And what you say is real, what you say is truthful. She just now needs to believe it herself, because that foundation is there, and this is good.
Okay? So she's okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She says she's getting frustrated at the moment. She isn't believing. I think you need to. I feel like this is a cycle that has repeated. I feel like this is something.
Yes.
This particular relationship dynamic, and I've got so many children right now, is something that you yourself have experienced. And I want you to put yourself back into that moment, that relationship, and I want you to understand the frustration that somebody else had when they were trying to help you. Okay, because this is what I'm being shown. I'm being shown you are on the outside looking in. You're looking in at this relationship. You're feeling the frustration because you know how this is going to affect her on the other side. Okay, you know what's waiting for her when she's out of it. You know like how it's going to affect her mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You know that already because you've already been there. You've done that. You've seen the movie. You can be frustrated all you want, but that's not going to help the situation. And the reason that you're frustrated is because you yourself didn't listen. Okay. Now, this is you looking at the lesson from another perspective. They're purposefully repeating the cycle so that you can see the frustration that other people might have felt, like a parent might have felt, or a sibling or a friend might have felt when they were trying to get you to understand your worth, when they were trying to convince you to walk away from the situation. Okay. Have some compassion for her, give her some grace, because you didn't do much better yourself. And I'm saying that with love. Okay. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not trying to demean you. I'm just saying, look at it realistically. Okay. This is your daughter. She's repeating a cycle here, and you're going to help her through it. You're going to help her through it by showing her, look, I love you. I care about you. I'm here if you need me. You cannot convince somebody that they are something that they do not feel that they are. There is no way. No words that you can say will convince your daughter that she is worthy of more than what she has. That is something that she has to understand herself. And she will get to a point when she realizes she deserves more than what she is getting. Okay. She might not be at that point right now. You just need to be there for her. Okay. And just be supporting and loving, and send her support and send her love and send her that clarity to be able to see herself clearly without this funhouse mirror showing her reflection. That's your job in this dynamic right now. Okay. And I think that there's a lot to be said for support. And I'm not just talking about saying that that she deserves more. It's, you can tell somebody that they're great. You can tell somebody that they deserve more, but she is not in a space to receive that. She is not. She's. It's like I tell people, I plant seeds of awareness.
That's it.
And you water them at your leisure. If you decide you don't want to water those plants, then they will just sit there waiting for you. They will just sit there and hibernate until you are ready to grow something out of that awareness. And that's what's happening with your daughter. You're planting seeds. Continue to tell her she's worthy. Continue to show her that she's worthy. And honesty is literally the key here to what. Yeah. Honesty is the key here to help your daughter see. Okay. And the thing is, like, I don't doubt your love for her as your child, but sometimes our children feel like we don't love them because of the choices that we have made that put them in situations that made them feel unsafe. And what I'm hearing right now is that we need to have a conversation about that. And I'm being reminded that even though as parents we feel like we're doing the best job that we can do in any situation, that sometimes it's not perceived that way by the children that depend on us, by the other people that are affected by it. Okay. And so I think what needs to happen here is an honest conversation about accountability, because I think your daughter is used to not feeling safe. She's so used to not feeling safe in her body, not feeling safe in her environment, that I feel like we need to have a talk about that. Okay. Yes, but have we had a conversation about the effect that it had on her? Because this is all about how she's feeling. This is about her relationship. Yours was a guide for you to see how it affects her. Okay. And the last thing that I'm receiving is just to be present, and to be a pillar of strength. Okay, because I feel like your daughter doesn't know who she can depend on. Okay, and you can have more talks, but I honestly feel like this is more about being strength and being present and being, yes, have the honest communication about how it affected her as a child involved in the situation. Um, but I think that sometimes kids take on uh, more than we know from our experiences, and we can try as hard as we can try to make sure that doesn't happen, but it will happen. It will.
Yeah.
Every single one of us will traumatize our children in some way, and we don't want to, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We do the best that we can.
We do at that particular point in time. Misty was talking about being able to move on, and I got this card that I didn't show before, but it's card number 2, and it talks about mental conflict. And the main message out of that is that, you've got the strength to move past the pain or through the pain and heal your hearts. It's just something that you can focus on for the time being with your daughter. But Misty's right. This is about her, and I believe that she will more than likely be ready at any given point from here on forward to understand what you're actually talking about. Up until now, you said that you've talked about your accountability, and my guides are being very strong here, saying, what about hers? She's accountable for her life as well, and you're her rock, and you can help her through this. You can allow her to be accountable to herself, and just to remind her that it's not you don't want to repeat this lesson. That's
exactly what I was just going to say. The interesting point that she can make is that she wasn't able to stop it from cycling through her daughter, and her daughter needs to be able to stand up and stop it from cycling with her own children.
And that's where it is stopped.
That's what's going to happen.
And, the ancestors are there. They're all watching over you. They're saying, oh, my God, this is where it's going to end. This is where it's going to stop. So keep on going, Shaz. Keep going with it. Keep going with her, because she will pick it up. She'll have that, what I call, or what a lot of us call, that aha moment. Oh, my God, is that what you mean? So she will.
Right. Absolutely, she will. And I was also hearing about the heart chakra, and I'm not sure if this is for Shaz or if this is for her daughter, but somebody's been having a lot of chest pain, a lot of pain in their lungs, a lot of, I don't know, maybe complications of something, or if somebody had COVID and maybe they have like long COVID, they're still having issues with their breathing, issues with their lungs. This is about the heart chakra. This is about opening your heart and clearing the pain out of your heart. This is definitely, you need a chakra balancing. You need to get your chakras opened up and working again. And it's like telling somebody, you're yelling at a brick wall from inside a brick wall. So I mean, the pot calling the kettle black here. I mean, you can say you're accountable, but you're blocking yourself too. You're not allowing yourself to have open, loving communication, open, loving relationships with people, because you're very guarded from your own experiences. So there is healing that needs to happen there. I was also getting some pain in my wrist. I'm not sure if this is from a previous injury that you had. It was like an old soreness, so I'm not sure if you had a break or a sprain in your wrist prior to this. I also felt like there was some type of like hamstring injury or pull from possibly running. I don't know who this is, if this is for you or if this is for your daughter, or if this is somebody coming through. I didn't ask. I was just writing things down that they're making me feel, either from jogging or running, that this pulled a hammy, like this hamstring injury is something like there's just little aches and pains that I'm feeling. And I'm not sure if they're just her or if there's somebody else, but I feel like whoever it is has come through it and give all this message that you are on the outside looking in, and we understand how
Must be
helpless that can feel. But that's part of what you are supposed to be experiencing right now. So you can understand how helpless other people who cared about you felt when you were in that situation. And so maybe this is just a reminder to be grateful for the people that cared about you when you were going through what you did. Maybe give them a call and say, thank you for, I understand now everything that you experienced when I was in that situation. And I'm sorry, or whatever. I'm sorry that I didn't listen, or I'm sorry that I wasn't in a space to receive that. Because, clearing up all these loose ends on your end will actually help your daughter with her situation too. That's all I got.
Beautiful. Okay, Sharon. So I seriously, I can't even remember when you put that money through for me. I really can't. Must have been a little while ago, because I haven't seen you in my life for a bit. So yeah, hopefully that has all resonated with you. I'm pretty sure it has. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, woman. You're in a good place. You are where you're supposed to be. It is what it is. Thank you so very much. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so Kathy Bellotti.
Yep,
I
got
never know how to say her last name.
Goody
or Gooday?
Goody.
Goody?
Yeah, I'd say Goody.
Yeah. All right, so all right, we're going on to her now. Kathy, are you still here? Kathy, I'm here. Okay. I'm just getting a message for you, Kathy. I'm not sure where it's who it is about, but they're just saying to me, shh. They're just asking you to. Now, this is either to do with well, no, it's not that, Caroline. Shush. And they're asking you to listen, to pay attention to the messages that are being given to you. And they're not just talking about spiritually here. They're asking you to also listen to somebody who's speaking to you at the moment that is needing you. Why do I get a feeling of deja vu here? It feels like I've said this before, and I'm not quite sure if I've said it to you, but it feels somebody is trying to give you some information without using the words so that you can understand it. They're asking you to read between the lines. They're asking you to, be quiet and listen, not only to the spiritual messages that are coming through to you, but also from somebody in physical form. They're asking you to spend a little bit more time They're asking you to spend more time in solitude if you can do more forms of meditation. If you struggle with meditation, then go out and walk and listen to some music so that you can focus on nothing or something. But any way that you do a meditation is so that they can give you information, so that they can move past your conscious self. There's a lot of words happening in your head, Kathy. A lot of words happening in your head. Just let me know if any of this is resonating for you. They're kind of overloading me with words at the moment, so I don't know what's happening for you at the moment, Kathy. But maybe this is to quieten the mind down so that you can receive messages. But they're saying it's not just physical; it's coming from both sides. They're also tapping into your ears. This could be the fact that because you're not opening up to listening, that my ears are kind of feeling really strange at the moment. I feel like I'm in a void. Whether you're having trouble with your ears, whether you've got a blocked ear, or feel that something is happening here with your eustachian tubes, whatever this is, I can just feel it in the top part of my neck. It could be stress as well because it just feels blocked up here. And I'm going to forget everything that I've said in a minute. I'm getting a kind of headache, but I think that's coming from my ears. It's not a bad one. It just feels like it could be stress related.
She said, yes, I have a lot going on right now and trying to balance it all.
Okay. Okay, that could be to do with all the words that I'm feeling, in your head. They're asking you to, maybe that's what this time of solitude is for you. Again, backing away from the drama, removing yourself from that drama. This is the theme for today, obviously. Take care of yourself. Just they're saying to me, listen to that person that needs you to hear them, and listen from a different perspective. Listen to them from not the way that you have been listening, because they're trying to tell you something and they don't know how to say it. They're not very articulate. The way they speak to you, they don't know how to tell you what they're feeling. And they're making me feel all emotional. So whatever it is they've got, whatever's happening for them, it's an emotional time, and all they want to do is get angry to cover up the emotions. But they can't get angry with you because that's not what they want. They want you to hear them. But it's not happening. They can't tell you. It's like you have this connection, but they want you to look. They want you to read her. They want you to read her energy. Her? Really? You've got the wisdom, Kathy. And here I go again. Speak. Say something. You're articulate. You can speak the way you feel. You need to say something. And if it's just a matter of saying to this person, I'm here for you, tell me whatever it is that you need to say to me, and say it the way it comes out, and I will filter what I need to filter in order to understand what you're trying to say to me. You have that wisdom, Kathy. It's there. It's like you've got this book of wisdom, and you have a type of love for this person, and that's the connection that the two of you have. Feel free to come in.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. I'm trying to sit with what this information is that they're giving me. It's kind of it's all consuming. Like it's just coming from all sides, and this balance is just creeping me out a little bit. It's like I'm off balance for you. And it's coming through in the eustachian tubes. You did say that you were trying to balance it all, but it just feels like it's manifesting physically for you.
And that, of course, is the throat chakra. And you mentioned about speaking up and saying what she needs from people, and it's okay to do that. We talked about that earlier in the show about having healthy boundaries, is what that's called. Yeah. I was picking up a lot of back pain with you. So I'm not sure if this is what you're going through right now. This could be actually, I feel like this might be related to your posture, most of it, but there is a lot of it that is coming as a heavy burden. And I feel like this is in relation to your family. It feels very strongly tied to family members or family situations, family relationships, as far as that's concerned. So this is, we have a posturist Jew, of course. This, standing up straight was something our parents told us to do, and not a lot of us did. But that's what I was getting as far as physically for her. I did get a message that she was feeling a little stymied and a little blocked as far as like her career. It feels to me like we're not using our full potential in whatever job she's doing right now. I do feel like June is going to be her time to shine as far as her career goes. And I think that there's going to be an opportunity here for something that's like tailor made to suit her, something that will suit her perfectly. Okay, so I'm not sure if this means that there's going to be a job change in June, or if there's going to be a change to your job title where you currently are. But it does feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to show your stuff. Okay, an opportunity for you to move up in a way. Okay, my younger sister had open heart surgery 2 weeks ago, and it has all fallen on me. Yeah, that definitely feels like a very heavy family burden. And it is reminding me of like the 10 of Wands and the tarot card, where you're carrying all of these responsibilities, and saying it's all fallen on you is just complete bullshit. And it. You know that you've taken on all that responsibility, that it doesn't all fall on me. It's somebody says, here, Kathy, take this, and then you take it, instead of saying, nope, I'm overburdened, give it to somebody else. So it hasn't fallen on you. You've allowed it to you've taken on the responsibility of it. So we got to get that straight. This is not a victim situation. Your sister had surgery and you feel bad, so you're trying to take care of everything because you're her older sister. We have to be honest about what we're doing if we want to see the patterns that we put ourselves in. And that's what I feel like. I feel like this isn't the first time that you have taken on the role of the foundation of your family. It's something that you're used to doing and things that you've done all the time. I am feeling that you're too serious all the time. I literally wrote it down, and that I got a very strong indication that there's going to be some type of vacation or something for you in August. We're going to be going with a friend. It doesn't feel like a romantic situation. It feels like a girlfriend, and it feels like something that you need to do to have fun again, because I feel like you've been too serious for too long, and this is very draining for you. You need to remember how to have fun again, because if you can't enjoy your life, then what's the point? What's the point? So I understand why you're doing this. I understand why you're taking on all this burden, okay? Because you feel like you have to, because you're older than her, because you know that you can be depended upon, but that's not actually allowing other people to learn how to be dependent upon if you always take on all the responsibility. Here you're enabling people to not be responsible in your family, and I know that's not something that we like. So perhaps we should start doling out some of everything that you're carrying. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a while now, 2 weeks. I've been taking on and taking care of everything out of the goodness of my heart. But now I need a break, and it's time for you. You're going on a girls' trip in August. That's exactly what I was hearing. I don't know if you're going to a beach or a vacation, but I definitely was seeing that it was a lot of fun. I feel like drinks will be had. I feel like there will be a lot of tomfoolery and nonsense and flirting. I feel like I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I feel like it's exactly what you need, because the universe is saying that you're just too serious all the time. So pay attention to June. That's going to be a good time for you, an opportunity for your career advancement, whether it's where you're at or in a different environment. But either way, it's going to be something that creates a job title or an environment that's tailor-made to suit you and that you will be a lot more comfortable in. I do want to remind you that you are the kind of person that takes on responsibility for everything. And so you're kind of the one that's put yourself in these situations where you're feeling stymied because you're taking on a lot of responsibilities that aren't actually yours, and then feeling kind of upset about it. It's a pattern. You take on all these responsibilities for X, Y, and Z when you've only been hired for X, and then you're upset because people are taking advantage of you, or you're not getting paid for Y and Z. But if you start doing Y and Z for free, why would they pay you? It's one of those things.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. And so the word of the day for you, Kathy, is delegation. Learn how to delegate, okay, without micromanaging. Alrighty.
Any questions, Kathy?
Any questions?
Any questions? If there's no questions, anything in my love life? No, they're saying no.
Yeah, I wasn't getting anything either.
Don't start asking questions like that, because this is not the time for your love life. This is not the time you've got.
Already got so much going on.
Yes. Yeah. She's got somebody going on, has she?
She's already got so much going on.
Oh, sorry. Yes, so much going on.
I mean, really put that on the back burner is what we're.
Yeah, not the right time. Okay. So this has got to do with they're saying to me that Caroline's got to do with the boundaries. All right, the boundaries need to be worked on before we bring in somebody for you, because if we send somebody to you now, Kathy, it's just going to be really hard for you, because they're going to take advantage of you. So put those boundaries into place, make them very clear to yourself by sharing the load with the other people about your sister and about what you're taking on, even with what Misty was saying about your work. Just make sure that your boundaries are really clear and that people don't keep taking advantage of you. We don't want this to come over into your private life as well.
Yeah, this is all about taking your power back and setting healthy boundaries.
Yes, absolutely. I'm good, thank you, Sherry. Okay, so don't call in your love life just yet. All right, get to know who Kathy is and go out and have a really good time on this trip of yours in August. Oh my God, why would you want to meet somebody before then? All right, just draw them in.
You want to be able to have fun and be carefree.
Okay, all right. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you so much for your donation and allowing us to read your energy.
Thanks, Kathy.
So I think there's no more donations that are coming through, and I'm just thinking, if anybody has a question, don't say general. If you've got a question, just ask, and either Misty and I will pick it up in the comments, and there will be very short answers for you. So before we finish up this live. So if you have a question, please ask, and we will go through them. Take a breath, everybody. Can I ask, will I stop trying to block my gifts?
Will I stop the people trying to block my gifts?
Or stop the pain from stopping my gifts?
I feel like this is all this is again about personal empowerment. I personally do not allow anyone to think or feel like they have the ability to take my power away.
Yeah.
Just saying that you need to stop people from trying to block your gifts is giving your power away. And I'm not about that life. You know that. Why
Yeah.
are you about that life? As a Capricorn, that's very surprising to me. This is not something that you have to put energy towards. Stop putting energy towards it. Stop thinking that other people can
Yeah.
block your gifts. Stop allowing those defeating thoughts,
Yeah.
disempowering.
Yeah. Yes. Empower yourself, Penny. You have to start saying to yourself, no one's going to stop me from being my authentic self. No one has the ability to block my gifts. Who on earth, like Misty said, who on earth would you allow to do that? I'm being told that thought has been put there to block yourself, right?
Yeah, that she's
So
allowing.
yeah. So just remove that block yourself. Just start thinking more positively about this. You go out into these places where you feel peaceful, where you feel serene. Take all of that feelings that you've got from your river, from the waterways that you go to visit. Just take it with you, Penny, and use it. And don't even consider the idea that somebody is blocking you, because that in itself is a negative aspect of what is creating that thought for you. So nobody has that ability, all right? Nobody has that ability over me. Why the fuck would somebody have that ability over you? Don't let them. You're a strong woman, all right?
I'm being reminded that Penny needs to revisit the version of herself that she was when we met. Because that Penny was very sure of herself. She was very sure of her
Yes.
gift. She was tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and she's kind of allowed life situations to change her perception of herself, and it's created a vulnerability in her that that she has really kind of allowed her mind to
Play with.
take advantage of. Yeah.
Mm.
So you need to revisit that woman, because I don't really recognize this version of you.
Mm.
My brain is not recognizing this because I've seen what you're capable of, and I think you need to remember who you are.
Yeah. Sherry, I don't see a committed relationship for you anytime soon. There are things that you need to take care of in your own life before you have a committed romantic relationship for yourself. They're asking you to love yourself before you can allow somebody else to come in and love you. They're saying understand the word love. Okay.
You're welcome.
Not in 2023 anyway. That's not what I can't see that happening for you, Sherry. They're just standing there going, no, not the time yet. We're handling it. Don't you worry about it, they're saying, Sherry. Don't you worry about all of these things. You can manifest it in, but you have to do the groundwork as well. You have to do the work. When we see you doing the work, that's when we'll start to put things into process for you. So it looks like we don't have any more questions here, and there are no donations coming through. So
almost exactly 2 hours. Almost exactly.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay. Well, we'll wait until it flips over to 2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours exactly. Thank you, Sherry. You too. Well, I have really enjoyed this. We should do this more often.
Yes, absolutely. We as a collective need to work on ourselves first. And I've always said that, Penny. Stay in your own lane. Don't let anybody else disrupt your path, okay? Just keep them to the side. Take on what you need to take on and let the rest go, because it doesn't serve you.
Yep.
Where's
absolutely.
My daughter? Dad not wanting to spend time with her anymore. That's a huge question, Leslie.
I feel like Leslie should be asking herself that question and not us, because I feel like she knows.
Yeah.
In her heart, she knows why. And that is your validation.
Yeah. Listen to what you're saying to yourself, Leslie, because you, more often than not, your intuition is telling you what you need to know.
So, you know, it honestly feels to me like she's been thinking that something else has been pulling him away. And I feel that's correct. And I just wanted to tell her that, you know, you can trust your intuition in this situation.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
but we're at 2 hours now. So,
Yes. All right. Okay, we are. So Misty and I are going to leave. Misty, don't run off. So thank you, everybody, for coming onto the live. It's wonderful to see you all here, and thank you for the people who passed your donations through to us. They will go to a really good cause, I'm sure.
absolutely.
Yes, so thank you, and I will be back again tomorrow. I've got a big week this week. I don't usually do this many lives, but it is for Penny Evans. So, you know, I will be back with Penny Pridemore tomorrow and Tom. So that will be
Awesome.
lovely as well. So Penny, I will see you tomorrow. And if Tom's probably not here anymore, he's probably gone nine-eyes for the afternoon or whatever. So yes, I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you, Misty, for coming on. And as you said before, we will do this again.
We've
Maybe
got
next
to.
time I'll come off yours.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that. It would be awesome.
Yes. Okay then, people. All right. Love and light to you all. Bye-bye. Thank you for being with us.